Hello everyone, welcome to Matrix YouTube channel. Today we are here for the discussion of solutions of Matrix Olympiad paper of stage 2 shift 1 which was held on 10th of November 2024. We will start from class 8th and the subject is physics. Let us start our discussion. Question number 1. Okay. A force of 24 Newton is applied on a body of mass 4 kg. Okay. So value of force is given 24 Newton. Mass of body is given 4 kg. Okay. Placed on a rough surface with coefficient of static friction, that is mu s is equals to 0.2. Okay, and the value of g we have to take here 9.8 meter per second square. Then acceleration of the body is, okay, so here because the force applied is 24 but there is a friction, so we have to calculate first net force. So F net will be equal to force applied minus force of friction. Okay, so it becomes 24 minus, what is the formula of friction force? That is mu s r. Okay, so which becomes F net equal to 24 minus mu s value is 0.2 multiplied by r value is mg. M means mass of object, that is 4 multiplied by 9.8. Okay, on solving this, F net is equals to 24 minus, this will become 7.84. Okay, then F net becomes equal to 16.16. Okay, we know that F is equals to ma, so A is equals to net force divided by mass, which is 16.16 divided by 4, which is equals to 4.04 meter per second square. So our correct answer is option A. Question number 2, true false question. Okay, let's check. Though milligram is a unit of mass, yes, this is true, it is not a fundamental unit. That is a true statement. Milligram is not a fundamental unit. Kilogram is a fundamental unit. Smaller the unit of measurement, smaller is its numerical value. This is a false statement. If smaller the unit of measurement, then larger will be its numerical value. Okay, measurement is a process of comparison. Yes, measurement is a simple process of comparison. Okay, so this is a true statement. So correct code is true, false, true. That means option C is our correct answer. Next question number 3, which is match the following question. Okay, so specific heat capacity. So what is specific heat capacity? That is, let's see here, heat energy required to raise the temperature of given mass of substance by 1 degree Celsius. Okay, so this is for heat capacity. So for S I will write 1. 4.186 joule per gram per degree Celsius. This is the specific heat of water, so I will write it 2. Okay, then heat energy required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of substance through 1 degree Celsius. So this is a definition of specific heat capacity. So for P I will write 3. Calorie, what is calorie? Heat energy required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water through 1 degree Celsius. So for this I will write 4. So correct code is 3421. 3421, that means option D is our correct answer. Okay, next question number 4, which is based on paragraph. 4 and 5 is based on paragraph. Here it is said there is a piston having a smaller diameter, that is 8 centimeter. Okay, let's say D1 is 8 centimeter. So R1 radius will be D1 by 2. Okay, larger piston have diameter of 70 centimeter. So its radius R2 will be D2 by 2. Okay, it is said that it have to lift a car of mass 2000 kg. Okay, 2000 kg. Okay, so we have to calculate the value of force F1. So as we know that F1 upon A1 equal to F2 upon A2, because pressure will be same. Okay, so F1 is equals to become F2 multiplied by A1 upon A2. Okay, so F1 is equals to F2, it becomes pi R1 square upon pi R2 square. So pi is cancelled by this pi. F1 is equals to become F2 if I will put the value of R1 and R2, which is equals to D1 upon 2, D2 upon 2, so 2 is cancelled by 2. So we can directly write here, let's say R1 square upon R2 square. So by putting the values, F1 equal to mass is 2000 and value of gravitational acceleration 9.8 multiplied by this is 8 square divided by 70 square. Okay, so F1 is equals to, let's say 200 multiplied by 98, decimal is cancelled out. This is 64 divided by 4900. This 00 is cancelled by this 00. 49 multiplied by 2 equal to 98. So 2 2s are 4 multiplied by 64, which is equals to 256 Newton. So correct answer is option A. Okay. Next question number 5 based on same paragraph. Now it is asked, calculate the pressure necessary to lift the car. So we have to calculate the pressure. So either you can take the smaller piston or you can take the larger piston. Okay, so I am taking the larger piston. So for larger piston, the force is F2, which is equals to we can say pressure multiplied by area. Okay, so we have to calculate the pressure. Okay, so pressure P is equals to become F2 upon A2. Okay, so P is equals to, what is F2? Force on larger piston, which is 2000 multiplied by 9.8. What is area? That is pi R2 square. So P is equals to 200 multiplied by 98 divided by 22 upon 7 multiplied by, what is the value of R2? That is radius of larger piston, because diameter is 70 centimeter. So radius will become 35 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 2 the whole square. Okay, on solving this you will get the value of answer, that is 51 kilopascal. That is option B is our correct answer. Okay, now question number 6 and 7 may have more than one correct answer. So which of the following formula are used to find the velocity of sound? So here you can see these all formula are used to calculate the velocity or speed of sound in different mediums. So these all four options are our correct answer. These are in liquids and this is for gases. So all four are correct. Next question number 7. A car approaches a hill with constant speed. Okay, so let's say this is our car which is approaching to a hill with constant speed V. Okay, when it is at a distance of 0.96 kilometer from the hill. Okay, so let's say this is our hill and the distance of car is 0.96 kilometer. That means we can write it 960 meter. Okay, so when it is at a distance of 0.96 kilometer from the hill, it blows horn whose echo is heard by the driver in 6 seconds. So that means the sound will go here, then reflect back and reaches to the observer, and it take time of 6 seconds. But in this time car will be moved toward hill. Let's say the car have been reached to the another point, let's say at this point. Okay, so here the distance traveled in 6 seconds, we know that distance is equals to speed multiplied by time. So this distance traveled will be equal to 6v. Okay, now if the speed of sound in air is given 300 meter per second, this is speed of sound. Okay, calculate the speed of car. We have to calculate the speed of car, that means we have to calculate v. So let us assume that d is the total distance traveled by sound, which will be equal to, you can see here, first sound will go from car to the hill, that is 960 meter. Okay, and then return back up to this point. So if this is 960, this is distance 6v, then this will be equal to 960 minus 6v. Okay, so I am writing here 960 plus minus 6v. Okay, so this is distance. Okay, we know that the distance is equals to speed into time. Okay, and this is the distance traveled by sound. It is said the speed of sound is 300 and time is given 6. So I will write it 300 multiplied by 6, which is equals to 960 plus 960 minus 6V. Okay, so 6 3s are 18, that means it becomes 1800 equals to 960. 960, that means it becomes, okay, minus 6V. So now solving simply mathematically, 6V equal to minus 1800, 6V equal to, this will become equal to minus 1800, that is 120. V is equals to 120 divided by 6. Solving this, we'll get 20 meter per second. So our correct answer is 20 meter per second, but let us check, it may have more than one correct answer. 20 meter per second is equals to 2000 centimeter per second. This is also a correct answer. So option A and B is our correct answer. Okay, so we have discussed all the questions of subject physics. For more information regarding Matrix Olympiad, subscribe this YouTube channel. If you have any type of doubt in any question, then click on Ask a Doubt button, which is provided in your MOF profile. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, welcome to all of you on Matrix YouTube channel. Now we will discuss the MOF paper solution for class 8th, which was conducted on 10th of November 2024. Let's see the question. So the first question is, which of the following statement is or are true or false? First statement is, a combustible substance cannot catch fire as long as its temperature is lower than its ignition temperature. Yes, it is completely true statement, because at the ignition temperature or at higher the ignition temperature, the combustible substances catch fire. So it is completely true statement. Now let's see the next. The head of the matchstick contains arsenic trisulfide and potassium chloride. Arsenic trisulfide is right, As2, S3, but potassium chloride is wrong. In the head of the matchstick, potassium chlorate, KClO3 is present, not potassium chloride. So the second statement is false statement. Now let's see the next one. The next is, burning of white phosphorus at room temperature is an example of rapid combustion. No, it is not example of rapid combustion, because the white phosphorus P4, like P, in the P4, the phosphorus connected is like this, and here the angle is only 60 degrees. So because of that, it is so much reactive and less stable. So because of their more reactivity, it show spontaneous combustion, not rapid combustion. So the third statement is also false statement. So the first statement is true statement, and second and three are false statement. True, false and false. So the option A is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. The next question is, match column first with column second and select the correct answer using the codes given below. Now let's see the column. The first column is, P is fishing nets, Q blanket, R squeeze bottles, and the S is plumbing materials. Now let's see the column second. First is nylon, second is acrylic, third is polythene, and the fourth one is PVC. If we discuss about the nylon, nylon is very strong and generally it is resistant to water. So because of that, it is used in the fishing nets. Now the next one is acrylic. In the acrylic, PAN, polyacrylonitrile, is used for the formation of blankets. Now the next one is polythene. Because of the flexibility and strength of the polythene, it is used for the formation in the squeeze bottles. Now the last one is PVC, polyvinyl chloride, and the polyvinyl chloride, because of the strength and resistance property against the corrosion, it is used in the plumbing materials. So P match with first, Q match with second, R match with third, and S match with 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the option A is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. The next question is, where does the carbon dioxide come from? Okay, now let's see the option A. Baking soda react with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. No, baking soda not react with oxygen and produce carbon dioxide. Second is, baking soda react with moisture to release carbon dioxide. No, this also not happen. Next is, atmospheric carbon dioxide dissolved in baking soda. No. This will also not happen. Next is vinegar react with baking soda to form carbon dioxide. Yes, this is true statement. If you're talking about vinegar, the formula of the vinegar is CH3COOH, means acetic acid, and baking soda. Baking soda is NaHCO3. So when acetic acid react with baking soda NaHCO3, then it form CH3COONA. This is a salt. The name of the salt is sodium acetate, and plus H2O, water, and plus it release carbon dioxide gas. Okay, so the last statement is the right statement. Vinegar react with baking soda, it form carbon dioxide. So the D option is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next one. The next is the chemical equation for the reaction between baking soda and vinegar is. Now let's see the reaction. Baking soda and vinegar. We know that the formula of vinegar is CH3COOH, which is known as acetic acid, and the IUPAC name of the acetic acid is ethanoic acid. Okay, when it react with NaHCO3, baking soda. Baking soda is also known as sodium hydrogen carbonate or sodium bicarbonate. So when CH3COOH, acetic acid, react with sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate, it gives a salt CH3COONA, means sodium acetate plus release water molecule and release carbon dioxide gas. Now let's see the option. The option A is CH3COH react with NaHCO3, it gives CH3COONA. Yes, CH3CONA, CO2 and H2O. It means A is the right option. Now let's see the B. Acetic acid NaHCO3 gives sodium acetate. It is right, but oxygen, no, it is wrong option. Now the next one is when acetic acid react with sodium bicarbonate, it gives Na3COOCH3. It is completely wrong. And then the last, sodium acetate plus carbon dioxide plus O2. No, water is formed. So the option A is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next. Study the given Venn diagram carefully and fill in the blanks. Okay, let's see the diagram. In this diagram, this sphere show the physical change. This one show chemical change, and this show irreversible change. Okay, so now let's see the option. So in the A option, first is burning of candle. Burning of candle means, if you're talking about the first means in the first there is physical change and chemical change. So the burning of candle, we know that the burning of candle is a physical change and as well as chemical change also, because when we burn the candle, then the new substances like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxides are produced. So this is chemical change, and the solid state convert into liquid state. So that's why it is also a physical change. So the burning of candle is right. Next one is crumpling of paper. Crumpling of paper is a physical change, not chemical change. So this is completely wrong option. So now the next is burning of candle. So it might be the right option. Next is the burning of LPG in kitchen. So it may be the right option. Now the next one is baking of corn. Baking of corn. So the baking of corn, if you're talking about the second, so baking of corn means, according to this, second is physical change and irreversible change, but it is not physical change, it is chemical change. Now the next is inflating a tire. Inflating a tire is physical change, but it is not irreversible, it is reversible in nature. So it is also completely wrong option. Now the next is D, burning of LPG in kitchen, and second is bursting of a balloon. Yes, bursting of a balloon, we know that the bursting of balloon is physical change and irreversible change, not the reversible change. Okay, so it might be the right option. Now let's talking about the third portion. Third is cooking an egg. Cooking an egg, if we are talking about the third means third is a physical change and irreversible also. So the cooking of an egg is also chemical change and it is irreversible change. So the A is the right option. Now let's see the third point of option D, metabolism of food. We know that the metabolism of food is a chemical change and it is irreversible also. So the D is also right option. For the question, 12th question, A and D are the right option for this question. The next question is In oil wells, X forms the topmost layer followed by Y and finally Z. So the X, Y and Z are respectively. We know that there are the three types of the substances: gas, liquid and solid. Okay, so when we talking about these three components, the gas is, because of the lightweight, the gas is present in the topmost layer, liquid in the middle, and because of the heavy particles or because of the weight, the solid is present in the downward side. And if we're talking about the different kind of the liquids, so the liquids which have less density present in the upper side, and the liquids which have more density, like if you're talking about the oil and water, so oil have less density, so oil is present in the upper side, and water have higher density than water. Oil have less density than water, so it is present in the upper side. Okay, now let's see the option. First is natural gas, it is right. Second is oil, yes, and third is water, yes. This is completely a right order of X, Y and Z. Now next is the petroleum gas, okay, it is right. Second is oil and third is natural gas, it is also gas. So it is not possible for the X, Y and Z. Next is natural gas, water and oil. No, water is not present at the upper side of the oil, so it is also wrong. Next is oil, then water and then metal. Yes, oil is liquid substance and water is also liquid substance, but oil have less density than water. Then the oil is present here and after that water, and because the metal is a solid substance, so it settled down in the bottom, so metal is present here. So the option A and D are the right option for this question. Thank you. For more information regarding Matrix Olympiad, you can join our WhatsApp channel also, or you can subscribe our YouTube channel also. And if you have any doubt, any query regarding any question, so there is one more option, ask a doubt. Thank you.
Hello student, welcome to Matrix High School. Today we discuss about Matrix Olympiad paper solution for class 8th stage 2nd. Let's start. Study the given correlation heat treatment sterilization. Heat treatment relate to sterilization. Vaccination relate to X. X is pasteurization. No, that is wrong. Immunization, that relate to vaccination. Fertilization, no. Inoculation, no. So vaccination relate to immunization. Option B is correct for this question. Next, which of the following statement are true and false? True and false. The number of time heartbeat in a minute is called heartbeat. Heartbeat, total number of beat. Love dub, total number, that is heartbeat. The circulation of blood from heart to lungs and from lungs to heart is called systemic circulation. And nephron purify blood and remove excess salt and urea from it. These are the three statement. So first is right, second is false, that is not called systemic, false, and last third is true. So true, false, true. True, false, true. Option A is correct for this question. Next question is unscramble the letter and match column first and second. Unscramble to correct. First, that is plasma. Next, valve, nephron and latex. So According to this condition, we match plasma, fluid part of blood, because blood contain plasma and cells. Valve prevent backflow. 4-1. Nephron structural part and functional part of kidney. 4-2-1. And last, latex fluid. Waste product of older plant. So according to these, 4-1-2-3 is the correct for this, and D option is correct for this question. Next question is latex. Next question is paragraph 17 and 18 question is, crop production and management involve a series of practices aimed at cultivating crop efficiently and sustainably. This include selecting appropriate crop variety, preparing the soil, planting and providing essential input like water and fertilizer. Effective pest and weed management is crucial to protect crop and enhance yield. According to paragraph question, a term agroforestry referred to growing crop in greenhouse. No, greenhouse is another project or system. Integrating tree with crop and livestock. Agroforestry, like this, forest like and crop. So integrating tree with crop condition and livestock. So agroforestry is option B is correct for this question. Next one is, what is a common consequence of monoculture in agriculture? Monoculture. What is monoculture? Increase biodiversity? No. Enhance soil fertility? No. Higher susceptibility to pest and disease? That is right for 18th question. And improved crop yield stability? No. So option C is correct for this question. Next one is, which of the following statement are incorrect? Fungus are non-green saprophytic plant that reproduce only asexual? No. That show sexual method also. So that is wrong. Algae are always multicellular and live in colony? No. These are unicellular and multicellular both. Comma-shaped bacteria called Vibrio cause common cold? No, that is caused by virus. So that is wrong. Tetracycline, erythromycin and streptomycin are some antibiotics made from bacteria or fungus. That is right. But according to question, incorrect. A, B, C is incorrect for this question. So right answer is option A, B and C. Next question is a flow chart that is for nitrogen cycle. Identify processes first to fourth. Process first, process second, third and fourth. Process first, second and third. Regarding and select incorrect statement, not correct, incorrect statement. First, process second represent the conversion of ammonia. Process second, conversion of ammonia into nitrate and accomplish in 2 steps? No. That is present only in 1 step. So this one is wrong. In process 4th, plant absorb inorganic nitrogen compound from the soil and convert them into organic compound. That is right. Process first conversion the nitrate to free molecular of nitrogen. No, show complex. And process third represent nitrogen fixation by nitrosomonas. That is wrong. So according to this condition, incorrect. Select the incorrect statement. A, C and D. A, C, D is the incorrect statement for this nitrogen cycle. These are the all solution for biology portion. For more updates, subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you.
Hello friends, welcome back in Matrix Olympiad. Today we will discuss the solution of mathematics part in stage 2. So coming to the question number 21. Simple form of 1 upon 3 minus 1 upon 2 minus 1 by 5. So 1 by 1 we have to solve this expression. So it is 1 upon 3 minus 1 upon 5 to the 10. 10 minus 1 is 9. So it is 9 upon 5. Now this equal to 1 upon 3 minus this 5 goes to numerator. So it is 5 upon 9. Now this equal to 9 3s are 27. 27 minus 5 is 22. So it is 1 upon 22 upon 9 and this equal to 9 upon 22. So the correct option is B. Now coming to the next question. Question number 22. The average age of A, B and C is 15. The ratio of their ages is 3, 5 and 7. Find the age of A. So let us assume the age of A is 3x. Here ratio is given. So let us assume age of A is 3x. Similarly, age of B is 5x and age of C is 7x. And it is given average age of A, B and C. So average of A, B, C is 3x plus 5x plus 7x upon 3 is equal to 15. So solve this equation. So we will get 3x plus 5x is 8x. 8x plus 7x is 15x. So it is 15x equal to 15 into 3 which is equal to 45. So from here we will get the value of x equal to 45 upon 15 which is equal to 3. So the value of x is 3. Now we have to calculate the age of A. Age of A we have to assume 3x and now put the value of x. So it is 3 into 3 which is equal to 9. So age of A is 9 which is option C. So option C will be the correct answer. Now coming to the next question. Question number 23. ABCD is a square and AC is a diagonal of a square ABCD. ACPQ is another square. Find the ratio of area of a square ABCD to square ACPQ. Here ABCD is a square, so it means all the sides of ABCD are equal. So let us assume the side of ABCD is A. So DC equals to A, BC equal to A, AB equal to A and AD equal to A. Here AC is the diagonal of this square ABCD. So we know the angle of square are 90 degree. So here this angle D is 90 degree. So it is a right triangle. So now we have to apply the Pythagoras theorem here. So using Pythagoras theorem we have to calculate the value of AC which is a side of square ACPQ. So the side of square of ACPQ is A under root 2. So this side is A under root 2. It means all the side of this square is A under root 2. It is A under root 2. It is also A under root 2. Now we have to calculate the ratio of area of square ABCD to square ACPQ. So area of square ABCD is A square and area of square ACPQ is A under root 2 square. This equal to A square upon a square into 2, which is equal to 1 upon 2. So the ratio of square ABCD to square ACPQ is 1:2, which is option C. So option C will be the correct answer. Now coming to the next question. Two successive discount 10% and 20% are equivalent to. So here we have to find out the successive discount. So we know the formula of successive discount is x plus y minus xy upon 100. Here x and y are successive discounts. So here successive discounts are given 10% and 20%. So now we have to put the value of x and y. So x value is 10%. So we have to put x equal to 10. Y is 20 minus 10 into 20 upon 100, which is equal to 10 plus 20 is 30 minus 10 into 20 is 200. 200 upon 100 is 2. So it is 2, and 30 minus 2 is 28. So the successive discount percentage is 28%, which is option D. So option D will be the correct answer. Now coming to the next question. If under root of 86.49 plus under root of 5 plus k square is equal to 12.3, then k is equal to. So first of all, we have to calculate the square root of 86.49, and the square root of 86.49 is 9.3. Now we have to put this value in this equation. So we will get 9.3 plus under root of 5 plus k square is equal to 12.3. Now solve this equation. So we will get square root of 5 plus k square equal to 12.3 minus 9.3, which is equal to 3. So it is under root of 5 plus k square equal to 3. Now squaring in both sides. So we will get 5 plus k square is equal to 9. From here we will get k square is equal to 9 minus 5, which is equal to 4. So k is equal to plus minus square root of 4, which is equal to plus minus 2. So here correct option is D. So it is plus minus 2. Now coming to the next question. It is given cube root of 3 plus cube root of 2 into cube root of 9 plus cube root of 4 minus cube root of 6. So here we have to apply one identity here. Identity is that a cube plus b cube is equal to a plus b into a square plus b square minus ab. Here we have to write a plus b is equal to cube root of a plus cube root of b into cube root of a square plus cube root of b square minus cube root of a into cube root of b. Like so, we have given that a equal to 3, b equal to 2. So the value of this expression is a plus b, which is equal to 3 plus 2 is equal to 5, which is option A. So correct option is A. Now coming to the next question. Here if x to the power 6 plus 1 upon x to the power 6 equal to 7, then the value of x to the power 24 plus 1 upon x to the power 12. So here you can see this expression is given x to the power 24 plus 1 upon x to the power 12. So we have to divide numerator by x to the power 12. So it is x to the power 24 upon x to the power 12 plus 1 upon x to the power 12. This value is now x to the power 24 minus 12 plus 1 upon x to the power 12. It is x to the power 12 plus 1 upon x to the power 12, and x to the power 12 we have to write x to the power 6 square plus 1 upon x to the power 6 square. Here in this question given that x to the power 6 plus 1 upon x to the power 6 equal to 7. So we have to square in both sides. x to the power 6 plus 1 upon x to the power 6 equal to 7. So we have to squaring in both sides. So we will get x to the power 12 plus 1 upon x to the power 12 plus 2 into x to the power 6 into 1 upon x to the power 6 is equal to 49. 7 square is 49. So from here we will get x to the power 12 plus 1 upon x to the power 12 is equal to 49 minus this x to the power 6 and x to the power 6 are cancel out. So it is 49 minus 2 which is equal to 47. So the value of x to the power 24 plus 1 upon x to the power 12 is 47, which is option B. So option B will be the correct answer. Now coming to the next question. If the height of a right circular cone becomes 3 times of the original height and the radius is doubled, then volume of cone becomes of its original volume. So let us assume one cone is here. Let us assume this cone is given. This is the original cone. So the radius of this cone is, let us assume, r, and the height is, let us assume, h. Now the new right circular cone is, the height of right circular cone becomes 3 times of the original height. So here original height is h, so the new cone height is 3h, and the radius is doubled. So original radius is r, so the new radius is 2r. Now what is the volume of new cone? So the previous cone volume has V equal to 1 upon 3 pi r square h. Here the volume of this cone is V dash. Let us assume this is V dash. So V dash equal to 1 upon 3 pi, r is 2r, so it is 2r square, h is 3h, now it is 3h. So this equal to 1 upon 3 pi into 2 square is 4 into r square into 3h. So this is equals to 1 upon 3 pi r square h into 12, and this volume is the original volume. So it is 12 times of the original volume. So the new volume is 12 times of its original volume. So correct option will be the D option. Now coming to the next question. A number is selected from first 50 natural numbers. What is the probability that it is neither divisible by 2 nor by 3? So here we have given that 50 natural numbers. So first we have to write all the numbers which are not divisible by 2 or not divisible by 3. So first number is 1, which is not divisible by 2 or 3. Second number is 5. It is also not divisible by 2 or 3. Next number is 7. It is also not divisible by 2 or 3. Next number is 8 is divisible by 2. 9 is divisible by 3. 10 is divisible by 2. 11 is not divisible by 2 or 3. 12 is divisible. 13 is not divisible. 14 is divisible. 15 is divisible. 16 is divisible. Next number is 17. Similarly, next number is 19. Next number is 23. Next number is 24, 25. Next number is 25. Next number is 29. Next number is 31. Next number is 35. Next number is 37. Next number is 41. Then 43. Then 47. Then 49. These numbers are not divisible by neither by 2 or nor by 3. So it is how many numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So these numbers, here 45 is divisible by 3. So this will be not countable. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So the probability of neither divisible by 2 nor by 3 is 17 by 50, which is option B. So option B will be the correct answer. Now coming to the next question. Given that 2 to the power x into 2 to the power 3 equal to 2 to the power 9, find the value of x. So here base are same, so we have to apply one property here, a to the power m into a to the power n equal to a to the power m plus n. So here 2 to the power x into 2 to the power 3 is equal to 2 to the power x plus 3, and it is given 2 to the power x plus 3 equal to 2 to the power 9. Now again we have to apply one property here. If a to the power m equal to a to the power n, then we can write m equal to n. So here x plus 3 is equal to 9. So x equal to 9 minus 3, which is equal to 6, which is option B. So option B will be the correct answer. Now coming to the next question. Which of the following statement is oblique R true or false? So first statement is mean, median and mode can never be same for any data. It is a false statement. Second statement is median of the data can be less than the mean of the data. Yes, median can be less than the mean of the data, so it is a true statement. Next is mean of the observation is the sum of all the observation. It is a false statement. So correct option is FTF, which is option number B. So option B will be the correct answer. Now coming to the next question. Which of the following statement are true or false? First statement is every whole number is a natural number. It is a false statement. Every natural number is a whole number, but every whole number is not a natural number. So it is given every whole number is a natural number. So it is a false statement. Next statement is every integer is a rational number. Yes, it is true. Every integer is a rational number. Next is every rational number is a whole number. It is a false statement, but reverse is true. Every whole number is a rational number, but every rational number is not a whole number. So it is a false statement. So correct option is FTF, which is option B. So option B will be the correct answer. Now coming to the next question. Which of the following statement is oblique R true or false? First statement is the ratio between the length and the perimeter of a rectangle is 1:3. The ratio between the length and breadth will be 1:1. So let us solve this question first. It is given one rectangle is here and the ratio of length and the perimeter. So let us assume this is length L and this is breadth B, and we know the perimeter of rectangle is 2 into L plus B. It is the perimeter, and it is given ratio of length and perimeter. So it means L upon 2 into L plus B is equal to 1/3, and we have to calculate the ratio between the length and breadth. It means we have to find out the L upon B. So let us solve this equation first. So we have to cross multiply this equation. So we will get 3L equal to 2L plus 2B. From here we will get 3L minus 2L is equal to 2B, which is equal to L equal to 2B. So L upon B is equal to 2/1, and it is given 1:1. So it is a false statement. Next statement is if the side of a square becomes double, then its area will becomes 4 times of its original area. So let's check. If the side, let us assume the original square side is A, so it is A, and the area of this square is A square. Now we have to double the side, then we will get the new square. So it is 2A, 2A, 2A and 2A. Now we have to find out the square of this. Now we have to find out the area of this square. So we will get A dash equal to 4A square. So it means if the side of a square becomes double, then its area will become 4 times. Yes, it is 4 times of its original area. So it is a true statement. Next statement is if the base of a triangle becomes double and height remains unchanged, then area will becomes double of its original area. So let's assume this is a triangle, and if the base of a triangle becomes double, so previously we have to assume base is B and height is H. Now the area of this triangle is half into base into height. Now we have to double the base, so it means this base is now 2B and the height is again H. So area of this triangle is now half into 2b into h, and we have to write this is half into b into h into 2. So it means the area will become double of its original area. Yes, it is true. So it is also a true statement. So correct option is FTT, which is option D. So option D will be the correct answer. Now coming to the next question, which of the following statement is oblique R true or false? First statement is the product of two square number is always a square number. Yes, it is a true statement. Next is the square of a prime number is always a prime number. It is a false statement because the square of 3 is a prime number and 3 square is 9 and 9 is not a prime number. So it is a false statement. Next is the sum of two perfect square number. The sum of two perfect square number, always a perfect square. It is also a false statement. So correct option is TFF, which is option A. So option A will be the correct answer. Now coming to the next question. Match column 1 with column 2 and select the correct answer using the quotes given below. First statement is 6th root of 4096 to the power square. So here we have to write this number is 4096 to the power 1 upon 6 to the power 2. Here we have to apply one rule. A to the power m to the power n is equal to a to the power m into n. So similarly, we have to write this number equal to 4096 to the power 1 by 6 into 2, which is equal to 4096 to the power 1 by 3. So we have to calculate the cube root of 4096, and we know the cube root of 4096 is 16. So for P, fourth one is true. Next is under root of 4 up to infinite times is given. So first of all, we have to assume this number is equal to x. So x equal to under root of 4 up to infinite times. Here we have to write this number equal to x equal to under root of 4 into x. Now squaring in both sides. So we will get x square equal to 4x or x equal to 4. So this will be equal to 4. So for Q, first one is true. Next is we have to calculate the value of under root of 2 into under root 2 to the power 4. So here we have to write this equal to under root of 2 to the power 1 plus 1 by 2. Here base is given, and under root 2 we have to write under root 2 equal to 2 to the power 1 by 2. So here we have to write 2 into 2 to the power 1 by 2. Base is same, so we have to add these two powers. So we will get under root of 2 to the power 1 plus 1 by 2 to the power 4. Here this equal to 2 to the power 2 ones are 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. So it is 3 by 2 to the power under root we have to write 1 by 2 and its power is 4. So here power is given, so we have to apply again this rule. So we have to write 2 to the power 3 by 2 into 1 by 2 into 4. 2 2s are 4 and this 4 are cancel out. So it is 2 cube and 2 cube equal to 8, which is in second. So for R, second one is true. Next is square root of S is square root of 9 minus under root of 22 plus under root 9, and under root 9 we know the under root 9 is 3, so it is 3. Now this value is under root of 9 minus, it is 25, and the square root of 25 is 5, so it is under root of 9 minus 5, which is equal to under root 4, and under root 4 is 2. So for S, third one is true. So correct option is 4 1 2 3, 4 1 2 3, which is option B. So option B will be the correct answer. Now coming to the next question, match column 1 with column 2 and select the correct answer using the quotes given below. First is the perimeter of a rhombus is. So the perimeter of a rhombus is 4 into A, and in terms of diagonal the perimeter is 2 under root of d1 square plus d2 square. So the perimeter of a rhombus is 2 under root of d1 square plus d2 square. Next is the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r. So this value is 2 pi r. So for Q, third one is true. Next is the altitude of an equilateral triangle is. So for altitude of an equilateral triangle is root 3 by 2 into side, and which is in first. So for R, first one is true. Next is the diagonal of a rectangle, and the diagonal of a rectangle is under root of L square plus B square. So for S, fourth one is true. So correct option is 2, 3, 1, 4. 2, 3, 1, 4, which is option A. So option A will be the correct answer. Now coming to the next question. Match column 1 with column 2 and select the correct answer using the codes given below. First is 2 dice are thrown simultaneously, then find the probability of getting. First is sum is 2. So when we throw 2 dice, sum is 2 is only one possible outcome, that is 1, 1. So the probability of this is 1 by 36 for P. First one is 2. Next is sum is 11. So for sum is 11, only two possible outcome are there. One is 5, 6 and second one is 6, 5. So the probability of this is 2 upon 36, which is equal to 1 upon 18. So for sum 11, the second one is true. Next is sum is 6. For sum is 6, the possible outcome are 1, 5, 5, 1, 2, 4, 4, 2, 3, 3. These 5 possible outcome are there. So probability is 5 upon 36. For sum 6, fourth one is true. Next is sum is odd. So for sum odd, there are 18 odd sum and there are 18 even number. So the probability is 18 by 36, which is equal to 1 by 2. So for S, third one is true. So correct option is 1, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2, 4, 3, which is option A. So option A will be the correct answer. Now coming to the next question. Match column 1 with column 2 and select the correct answer using the codes given below. Identify the number of terms for each of the following expression given in column 1 and the match with column 2. So first statement have 4xy cube minus 3xy cube. Here these term and this term is a like term, so this is only contain one term, so it is xy cube actually. So this term is contain only one term, so for P, second one is true. Next is 1 plus y cube. It expression contain 3 terms, so the value of Q is 3. So for Q, fourth one is true. This have 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this contain number of terms are 4. So for R, third one is true. And it have 2 terms. So for S, first one is true. So correct option is 2, 2, 4, 3, 1. 2, 4, 3, 1, which is option D. So option D will be the correct answer. Now coming to the next question. So question number 39 and 40 are paragraph based question. So it is given Cover is 3 years older than Anima. Cover is 3 years older than Anima. So let us assume Anima age is X. So the Cover age is X plus 3. 6 years ago, Cover age was 4 times Anima's age. 6 years ago, Anima age is X minus 6 and Cover age is X plus 3 minus 6, which is equal to X minus 3. And it is given Cover age was 4 times Anima age. So Anima age before 6 years is X minus 6 and Anima age is X minus 3. So X minus 3 equal to 4 into X minus 6. It is given in question. So the age of Cover is, so we have to solve this equation. So X minus 3 equal to 4X minus 24, which is equal to 21 equal to 3X. So X equal to 7. So X equal to 7, and we have to assume Anima age is X. So Anima age is 7 and the Cover age is 7 plus 3, which is equal to 10. So option B will be the correct answer. Now coming to the next question. Anima age 6 years ago was. So current age of Amina is 7 years. We have to solve in previous question. So Amina age is current age 7, and before 6 years the Amina age was 7 minus 6, which is equal to 1. So correct option is C. So C will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. It is also paragraph based question. It is given a to the power minus m into a to the power minus n is equal to a to the power minus m plus minus m, which is equal to a to the power minus m plus n, comma, second statement is given a to the power minus m upon a to the power minus n equal to a to the power minus m plus n. And third statement is given a to the power minus m equal to 1 upon a to the power m, where m and n are any integer value. So we have to, so this is a paragraph and we have to solve question number 41 and 42 according to this paragraph. So first question is evaluate 9 to the power minus 1 into 5 to the power 3 upon 3 to the power minus 3. It is given a to the power minus m equal to 1 upon a to the power m. So we have to write 9 to the power minus 1 equal to 1 upon 9. Similarly, we have to write 3 to the power minus 3 equal to 1 upon 3 to the power 3. It is given in paragraph. So this expression is 1 upon 9 into 5 to the power 3 into 1 upon 3 to the power 3, which is equal to 3 to the power 3 into 5 to the power 3 upon 9 is 3 square. So we have to write 3 square, 9 equal to 3 square. Now we have to solve this. So it is 3 to the power 3 and it is 3 to the power 2. And it is given if a to the power minus m divided by a to the power minus n, then we have to write a to the power minus m plus n. So we have to write this expression is 3 to the power 3 minus 2 into 5 to the power 3. So 3 to the power 3 minus 2 is 3 and 5 to the power 3 is 125. So 3 into 125, which is equal to 3 5s are 15, carry 1, 3 2s are 6, 6 plus 1 is 7, 3 1s are 3. So which is equal to 375, which is option C. So option C will be the correct answer. Now coming to the next question, which is also based on same paragraph. So next question is find the value of m for which minus 3 to the power m plus 1 into minus 3 to the power 5 equal to minus 3 to the power 7. So here you can see these base are same. So we have to write this expression is minus 3 to the power m plus 1 plus 5 is equal to minus 3 to the power 7. So this equal to now minus 3 to the power m plus 6 is equal to minus 3 to the power 7, which is equal to m plus 6 equal to 7. So m equal to 7 minus 6, which is equal to 1. So m equal to 1. So option A will be the correct answer. Now coming to the next question, we can form nets of various 3D shapes. First is net of triangular prism. So here you can see 2 triangle are given, 3 rectangle are given. So net of triangular prism is this. So option A will be the correct answer. Now coming to the next question, name the polyhedron that can be made by folding the net. So we have to count the sides here. So it is 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Again it is 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So it is a hexagonal prism. So correct option will C. So C will be the correct option. Now coming to the next question, here question number 45 to 50 are MCQ. There are more than one answer is there. So we have to solve one by one these questions. So first question is the numerator and the denominator of a rational number are in the ratio 5:7. So here the numerator and the denominator of a rational number. So we have to assume rational number is P upon Q, which is equal to 5 upon 7. Next, when 6 is added to both the numerator and denominator. So when we have to add 6 numerator and 6 is denominator, then we will get the ratio becomes 4:5. So it is 4 upon 5. Now what is the rational number? So we have to calculate the value of P and Q. Then we have to tell the rational number. So here we have to first cross multiply this equation. So we will get 5P plus 30 equal to 4Q plus 24. From here we will get 5p minus 4q equal to 24 minus 30, which is equal to minus 6. From this equation, we have to write p equal to 5 upon 7 into q. So now we have to put the value of p here. So we will get 5 into 5 upon 7q minus 4q equal to minus 6. So it is 25 upon 7 minus 4 into q equal to minus 6. So this equation is now 7 4s are 28. 25 minus 28 is minus 3. So it is minus 3 by 7 into q equal to minus 6. This minus and minus sign are cancel out. So we will get the value of q equal to 6 into 7 upon 3, which is equal to 14. 7 2s are 14. So q equal to 14. Similarly, we have to get the value of p equal to 5 upon 7 into 14, which is equal to 10. So the value of p is 10. Now we have to tell the rational number. So rational number is p upon q. So it is 10 upon 14. So here this equal to 5 upon 7. So 5 upon 7. So it means C option is true. Here 85 upon 119, which is the equivalent fraction of 5 upon 7. So option B is also correct. Here 15 upon 21, which is also a equivalent fraction of 5 upon 7. So option A will be also a correct answer. So correct option is A, B and C. Now coming to the next question, if P ratio Q equal to 2 ratio 3 and Q ratio R equal to 3 ratio 4, then what is the value of P plus Q ratio Q plus R equal to? So here P upon Q equal to 2 upon 3 and Q upon R equal to 3 upon 4. From here we have to write P equal to 2 upon 3q, and from here we have to write R equal to 4 upon 3 into q. Now we have to put the value of P and R in this expression. So we will get 2 upon 3q plus q upon q plus 4 upon 3q. And we have to solve numerator and denominator. So we will get 3 1s are 3, 3 plus 2 is 5. So it is 5q upon 3 upon 3 into q is 3q, 3q plus 4q is 7q. So it is 7q upon 3. These 3 and 3 are cancel out. Q and q are cancel out. So the final result is 5 upon 7. So here 5 upon 7, it means option B is correct option. Next we have to check. It is 15 upon 14. It is not a correct option. It is 105 upon 147, which is the equivalent fraction of 5 upon 7. So option D is also a correct option. So option B and option D are the correct answer. Now coming to the next question, y to the power 6 is equal to, so we have to solve one by one. It is y to the power 2 by 3 to the power 9. So we have to multiply this power by 9. So it is 3 3s are 9. So it is y to the power 6. So it is a correct option. Next is under root of y to the power 6 square. So we have to write this number is y to the power 6 to the power 1 by 2 to the power 2. So it is 2 3s are 6. So it is y to the power 3 square, which is equal to y to the power 6. So it is also a correct option. Next is cube root of y to the power 18, which is equal to y to the power 18 into 1 by 3. 3 6 are 18. So which is also y to the power 6. So it is also a correct option. Next is y to the power 1 by 3 into 12, which is equal to y to the power 4. It is not a correct option. So correct option are A, B and C. Now coming to the next question. 5 equal cubes, each of age 5 centimeter are placed adjacent to each other. The volume of the new solid formed will be. So here 5 equal cubes are placed. So similarly one cube is this, next cube is this. Similarly 5 cubes are placed and each have length is 5 centimeter. It is also 5, it is also 5, dot dot dot, it is also a 5 centimeter are placed adjacent to each other, the volume of the new solid will be formed. So the new solid will be the cuboid, which have length is 5 plus 5 plus 5 up to 5 times. So length is 25 and breadth is 5 and height is 5. So the new figure will be the cuboid, and the volume of the cuboid is V equals to L into B into H, which is equal to 25 into 5 into 5, which is equal to 625 centimeter cube. So it is 625 centimeter cube. So 625 centimeter cube is this. So equivalent number of this is 625 centimeter cube, and we have to convert this number into a meter cube. So 1 meter equal to 100 centimeter. From here we will get 1 centimeter equals to 1 upon 100 meter. So it is 625 centimeter cube. So it is 625 upon 100 into 100 into 100. It is a centimeter cube, so it is 100 into 100 into 100. So this value is now, how many zeros are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have to put decimal value after 6 value. So it is 5, 2, 6, 3, 0, 0, 0, 0.0. So it is 0.000625 meter cube, which is option C. So option C will C also a correct option. So option C and D are the right answer. Now coming to the next question. If 35% of A's income is equal to 25% of B's income, then the ratio of their income is. So let us assume A's income is X and income of B is Y. So 35% of A, it means 35 upon 100 into X is equal to 25 upon 100 into Y. This 100 and 100 are cancelled out. So the ratio of their income is, so X upon Y equal to 25 upon 35, which is equal to 5 upon 7. So correct option is 5 upon 7, 25 upon 35. Let us check equivalent number of this fraction. So 4 upon 7, it is a not 125 upon 175. So let us check this number. This number are cancelled out by 25. 25 5s are 125. 25 7s are 175. So it is 5 upon 7. So it means it is a correct option. Next is 65 upon 91. So it is 13 5s are 65 and 13 7s are 91. It is also a 5 upon 7. So it is also a correct option. Next is 10 upon 14. So 2 5s are 10 and 2 7s are 14. It is also a 5 upon 7. So it is also a right option. So correct options are B, C and D. Now coming to the next question. A bag contains 5 red balls, 3 blue balls and 1 white balls. A ball is drawn at random without looking into the bag. What is the probability of getting a blue ball? So here number of blue ball are 3. So the probability of blue ball are P of blue ball are 3 upon total number of balls are 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. So it is 3 upon 9. So 3 upon 9, which is equal to 1 upon 3. So here 1 upon 3 is the right option and 3 upon 9 is also a right option. So correct options are A and D. So these all about the part of mathematics. Thank you all. If you want more updates regarding Matrix Olympiad or any query, so you can subscribe our Matrix YouTube channel or visit our website. Thank you so much.
Hello student, welcome to Matrix YouTube channel. We are here to discuss the solution of Matrix Olympiad paper of class 8 reasoning conducted on 10 November 2024 in shift first. Hope you performed very well. So let's get started. So now here question number 51. Question, find the missing term of given number series. So series is 160, 183, 213, 252, 302. Next is missing. After missing, next is 443. So first find the pattern of given number series. So pattern of the series is, first find the difference between numbers. So 160 to 183, it means plus 23. Now 183 to 213, it means plus 30. Now 213 to 252, it means plus 39. Now 252 to 302, it means plus 50. After missing, so now check the pattern. So now check pattern. This pattern is also in a series. So 23 plus 7, it means 30. Now 30 plus 9, it means 39. Now 39 plus 11, it means 50. So pattern is plus 7 plus 9 plus 11. Now plus 13. So 50 plus 13, it means 63. So now adding 63 in 302, then we get missing term of given number series. So 302 plus 63, it means 365. So 365 is the missing term of given number series. So here option D is the correct answer of this question. Now let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 52. So find the missing term of given number series. So series is 57, 69, 88, 112, 150. After 150, next is 186. After 186, next is 243. After 243, next is missing. So find the missing number of given number series. So first find the pattern. So pattern of the series is, first find the difference between numbers. So 57 to 69, it means plus 12. 69 to 88, it means plus 19. Now 88 to 112, it means 24. Now 112 to 150, it means plus 38. Now 150 to 186, it means plus 36. Now 186 to 243, it means 57. And after this, next is missing. So now check the pattern. So this is a alternate series because 12 multiplied by 2, it means 24. Now 12 multiplied by 3, it means 36. Similarly, 12 multiplied by 4. 12 multiplied by 4, it means 48. So adding 48 into 43, it means 291. So 291 is the next term of given number series. So here option D is the correct answer of this question. And 19 multiplied by 2, it means 38. Now 19 multiplied by 3, it means 57. So in this series, next number is 291. So here option D is the correct answer of this question. Let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 53. Abhishek walks 6 km in the west direction. Then he takes a right turn and walks 8 km. Then he takes a left turn and walks 9 km. Finally, he takes a right turn and walks 12 km. How far and in which direction is he from the starting point? Before starting this question, we should know that there are 4 types of main direction. This is north, this is east, this is south, and this is west. And there are 4 types of cardinal direction. This is northeast, this is southeast, this is southwest, and this is northwest. Now, according to question, Abhishek walks 6 km in the west direction. Let's suppose A is the starting point of Abhishek. Now, Abhishek walks 6 km towards west direction and then takes a right turn and then take a right turn and walks 8 km and walks 8 km. Now, after this, he takes a left turn. He takes a left turn and walk 9 km and walk 9 km. Now finally he takes a right turn. He takes a right turn and walks 12 km and walks 12 km. Let's suppose B is the final point of Abhishek and A is the starting point of Abhishek. Now how far? So now find the distance between starting point and final point. So it means find the distance between AB. find the distance between AB. So let's suppose extend these line, then we get a intersecting point. Let's suppose C, here is C. So this is B. So in right angle triangle, ACB, value of BC is equals to 12 plus 8. 12 plus 8, it means 20. So value of BC is equals to 20 kilometer, and value of AC is equals to 6 plus 9. 6 plus 9, it means 15 kilometer. Now using Pythagoras theorem in this triangle, so hypotenuse, it means AB square is equals to BC square plus AC square. So BC square, it means 20 square, plus AC, it means 15 square. So AB square is equals to 20 square, it means 400, plus 15 square, it means 225. So 400 plus 225, it means 625. So value of AB is equals to root 625. So AB is equals to 25 kilometers. So now distance between starting point and final point is 25 kilometer. Now in which direction is he from the starting point? So find the direction of B with respect to point A. This is the north of A, this is east of A, this is west of A, this is south of A. So B is in northwest of the starting point A. So B is in northwest from the starting point. So here 25 kilometer northwest is the correct answer of this question. So here option A is the correct answer of this question. Now let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 54. Vishal is facing south. Then he turns 135 degree in the clockwise direction, then 90 degree in the anti-clockwise direction, then 180 degree in the clockwise direction, then 135 degree in the anti-clockwise direction, and in the end again turns 45 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. So in which direction is Vishal's face now? So Vishal's face is in south. So starting face of Vishal is in south. So starting facing of Vishal is in south. Now Vishal's take 135 degree in the clockwise direction, then 90 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. So first count the total clockwise turn and then count total anti-clockwise turn. So Vishal's take 135 degree in the clockwise direction. So he takes 135 degree in clockwise direction, then 90 degree in anti-clockwise direction, then 90 degree in anti-clockwise direction. Again he takes 180 degree in clockwise direction. Again he takes 180 degree in clockwise direction. Then 135 in the anti-clockwise direction, then 135 degree in the anti-clockwise direction. Finally, he takes 45 degree in anti-clockwise direction. Finally, he takes 45 degree in anti-clockwise direction. So now, total clockwise turn is equals to 135 plus 180. 135 plus 180, it means 315 degree. So he takes 315 degree in clockwise direction, and he also takes 270 degree in anti-clockwise direction. So now let's compare these two. Then we get 45 degree clockwise turn. Then we get 45 degree clockwise turn. When compare these two, then we get 45 degree clockwise turn. So finally Vishal takes 45 degree clockwise turn. So Vishal's take 45 degree clockwise turn. So final facing of Vishal is in, this is south, so this is west. So final facing of Vishal is in southwest. So here option A is the correct answer of this question. Let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 55. In a row of 29 boys, so total number of boys is equals to 29. Now Rohit position is 17 from the left and current position is 17 from the right. How many boys are there between them in the row? Find the number of mid person between Karan and Rohit. So number of mid persons. So there are two keys. There are two keys for finding the number of mid person. If so, case number first is if total is greater than to left position plus right position of the second person, then number of mid person is equals to total minus left position of first person plus right position of second person. Now case number 2, if left position of first person plus right position of second person is greater than to total number of person, so then number of mid person is equals to left position of first person plus right position of second person minus total minus 2. So in this question, left position of Rohit is 17 and right position of Karan is also 17. So left plus right is equals to 17 plus 17, it means 34, and total number of boys in this row is 29. So left plus right is greater than to total. So number of mid person is equals to, so now here number of mid person is equals to left position of Rohit plus right position of Karan minus total minus 2. So left position of Rohit is 17 plus right position of Karan is also 17 minus total, it means 29 minus 2. So 17 plus 17, 34 minus 29 minus 2, it means minus 31. So 34 minus 31, it means 3. So there are 3 persons between Karan and Rohit. So here option A is the correct answer of this question. So now let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 56. In a row, Mahima is at 28th position from the front. Anshul is at 22nd position from the back. There are 5 persons between them. If Anshul is standing somewhere behind Mahima in the row, then how many persons are there in the row? So in a row, Anshul is standing somewhere behind the Mahima. So let's suppose here is Mahima and behind of Mahima here is Anshul. Now position of Mahima is 28. Position of Mahima is 28 from the front. So position of Mahima is 28 from the front and position of Anshul is 22. 22nd from the back. There are 5 persons between Mahima and Anshul. There are 5 persons between Mahima and Anshul. So then find the how many person. So find the total number of person in this row. Find the total number of person in this row. So left position plus right position plus number of mid person. So left position of Mahima is 28 plus right position of Anshul is 22 plus number of mid person is 5. So 28 plus 22, it means 50 plus 5, it means 55. So there are total 55 person in this row. So here option D is the correct answer of this question. Let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 57. If divide means multiply means plus means minus, and minus means divide, then what is the value of given equation? So find the value of given equation. So equation is 16 multiplied by 3 plus 5 minus 2 divided by 4. So first interchange the signs. So 16 multiply, it means plus, 3 plus means minus, plus means minus, 5 minus, it means divided by 2, divide means multiply by 4. So now using BODMAS rule in this equation, so 16 plus 3 minus 5 divided by 2 into 4. So 2 is 4. So 16 plus 3 minus 5 into 2, it means 10. So 16 plus 3, it means 19, minus 10, it means 9. So value of given equation is 9. So here option C is the correct answer of this question. So now let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 58. Which two numbers should be interchanged to make the given equation correct? So in such question, options are taken one by one and then check which one will follow correctly. So first taking option A. So now according to option A, 6 becomes 3 and 3 becomes 6. 3 becomes 6 and 6 becomes 3. So equation is 9 plus 4 divided by 2 minus 3 into 6 is equals to 4 divided by 6 into 3 minus 9 plus 1. So now using BODMAS rule in this equation, so 9 plus 4 divided by 2, it means 2, minus 3 multiplied by 6, it means 18 is equals to 4 divided by 6 into 3. 4 divided by 6 into 3. 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are 4, minus 9 plus 1. So 9 plus 2, it means 11 minus 18 is equals to 2 minus 9 plus 1. So 11 minus 18, it means minus 7 is equals to plus 2 plus 1, it means plus 3 minus 9. Minus 7 is equals to minus 6. So minus 7 never equals to minus 6. So here option A is a incorrect option. Now taking option B. So now according to option B, 4 becomes 9 and 9 becomes 4. 4 becomes 9 and 9 becomes 4. So equation is 4 plus 9 divided by 2 minus 6 into 3 is equals to 9 divided by 3 multiplied by 6 minus 4 plus 1. So now 4 plus 9 divided by 2, it means 4.5 minus 18 is equals to 9 divided by 3, it means 3 multiplied by 6 minus 4 plus 1. So 4 plus 4.5, it means 8.5 minus 18 is equals to 6 into 3, it means 18 minus 4 plus 1. So plus 8.5 minus 18, it means 9.5 is equals to 18 minus 4, it means 14 plus 1, it means 15. So 9.5 never equals to 15. So here option B also a incorrect option. Now taking option C. According option C, 4 becomes 2 and 2 becomes 4. 4 becomes 2 and 2 becomes 4. So equation is 9 plus 2 divided by 4 minus 6 into 3 is equals to 2 divided by 3 into 6 minus 9 plus 1. So now 9 plus 2 divided by 4, it means 0.5 minus 18, because 6 multiplied by 3, it means 18 is equals to 2 divided by 3 into 6 minus 9 plus 1. 3 2s are 6. So 9 plus 0.5, it means 9.5 minus 18 is equals to 2 2s are 4 minus 9 plus 1. So 18, 9.5 minus 18, it means 8.5 is equals to 4 minus 9, it means 4 minus 9, it means minus 5 plus 1. So a minus 8.5 is equals to minus 4. So minus 8.5 never equals to minus 4. So here option B, also option C, also a incorrect option. Now taking option C. So option C, it means 6 becomes 4. 6 becomes 4 and 4 becomes 6. 4 becomes 6 and 6 becomes 4. So equation is 9 plus 6 divided by 2 minus 4 into 3 is equals to 6 divided by 3 into 4 minus 9 plus 1. So 9 plus 6 divided by 2, it means 3 minus 4 into 3, it means 12 is equals to 6 divided by 3, it means 2 into 4 minus 9 plus 1. So 9 plus 3, it means 12 minus 12 is equals to 2 into 4, it means 8 minus 9 plus 1 plus 8 plus 1, it means 12 minus 12, it means 0 plus 8 plus 1, it means 9 minus 9. So 0 always equals to 0. So here option D is the correct answer of this question. So now let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 59. In the following question, assume the given statements to be true. Find which of the conclusion among the given conclusions is R2. Then give your answer accordingly. We have 3 conclusions for this question. So according to statement first, J is greater than to H is less than to I is less than to U is less than to O. Second is statement is O is equals to K is equals to M. Now third statement is I is equals to F is greater than to R. So we have 2 conclusion according to given statement. So conclusion first is M is greater than to H. M is greater than to H. So now move M to H. Move M to H. So M is equals to K. According to given statement, M is equals to K and K is equals to O. K is equals to O. It means M also equals to O. O is greater than to U. O is greater than to U. So it means M also greater than to U. U is greater than to I. It means M also greater than to I. I is greater than to H. I is greater than to H. It means M also greater than to H. So here option conclusion first is definitely true according to given statements. So here conclusion first is follow. Now check the conclusion second. So according to conclusion second, R less than 2U. Other you can say U is greater than to R. U is greater than to R. Other you can say R is less than to U. So move U to R. Move U to R. So U is greater than to I. U is greater than to I. Now I is equals to F. I is equals to F. It means U is also greater than to F. Now F is greater than to R. F is greater than to R. So it means U also greater than to R. So here conclusion second is also definitely true. So conclusion second is definitely true according to given statements. So both statement are definitely true according to given statement. So here option C, both statement first and second are follows. So here option C is the correct answer of this question. Let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 60. Choose a figure which would most closely resemble the unfolded from a figure Z. So unfold the figure in the same sequence when it was folded and find the mirror image in each case. So first unfold the Z, then we got Y. Unfold the Y, then we got X. Now find the image of X because X represents unfolded paper. So here first unfold the Z. So Z will be unfolded in this direction because Y has been folded in this direction. So Z will be unfolded in this direction. So now first unfold the Z, then we get a image like this. Then we get a image like this. This is figure Y. Now unfold the Y. So unfold the Y in this direction because X has been folded in this direction. So Y will be unfolded in this direction. So unfold the Y, then we get a image. Then we get a image like this. Now mirror image of this part. Will look something like this. This is the correct unfolded paper. This is the correct unfolded figure after cutting. So here option B is the correct answer of this question because option B shows the correct unfolded paper after cutting. So here option B is the correct answer of this question. So we have finished the solution. I hope you understood it well. If you have any query and doubt regarding the paper solution, so please log in the website and click ask the doubt option and write your doubt there. And any new information related to Matrix Olympiad will be updated on this YouTube channel. So subscribe the channel for more updates, and you can also have new updates on our WhatsApp channel. To join, click on the links provided in the description box. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great time.